Welcome to another edition of In the Line of Wire with me, Jahan Ara. This time we are taking In the Line of Wire to Islamabad, where I decided we'd go and meet a couple of companies and talk to them to find out what they're doing, what space they're in, how much success they've had. I was lucky enough to catch Kashif Hassan and Farid Khan of Ooober in Islamabad. They were both here from Toronto, where they have a front office. The development of their products is all done in Islamabad, and they're very happy with the results and have been very successful. So over to Islamabad now, to the Ooober office, to Kashif Hassan and Farid Khan.
So again, Kashif Hassan with Ooober. So we're based in Toronto, been around for 5 years, been in Pakistan for 2 years now. We have a development team pretty much here that does Java development on our core platform. And our core platform is for mobile services, and then two types of services, text messaging services and applications, and content management. So for rich media, whether it's music, videos, games, applications.
Okay, so tell me a little about yourself, and Farid should tell me a little about your background. Did you grow up in Canada?
Born in Pakistan.
Okay.
Grew up in Canada. Went to school, did my electrical engineering there. Worked as a mobile operator in 1990, the first operator in 1990 in Canada, a long time ago.
Yeah, 19 years ago.
19 years ago, and when I started in mobile, in Canada they were expecting by the year 2000 that they were going to have 100,000 users. That was the plan. So I think they surpassed that pretty quick.
It's much like the first computer.
Exactly. Nobody thought it was going to go anywhere.
No, they're only going to be 6 or 7.
Yeah, exactly. And then I remember I had to carry a phone that was about this big.
Yeah.
It's down to you had battery life of 15-20 minutes in those days. Then started my first company, and sold one company, raised money. I ran a public company for NASDAQ for about a year. And basically was working with Farid on this, and kind of came in full time a couple of years ago to really look at growing the business.
So now we should focus on Farid.
Yeah, I think he's the guy.
Similar to Kashif, born in Pakistan, Karachi, studied there, University of Toronto, the software engineering, and we were
Where? Which school?
Sorry?
Which school did you go to?
University of Toronto.
Okay. No, in Pakistan.
In Pakistan, I was born here, but
you didn't go to
Canada.
school here.
No.
Oh, okay.
Grew up in Canada as well.
Okay.
Primarily Toronto.
Okay.
And we've been working together for a while, a few companies, and then joined with Kashif started Ooober, and we've been working on this project for about 3-4 years now.
So
we came up with this concept a few years ago about a marketplace where we allowed basically anyone to be able to take their content, publish it, price it, and sell it into an open market, specifically for mobile phones.
okay, that's right.
And when we came to Pakistan, the whole concept was, there's a lot of people here. Mobile is fast growing, 80 million plus users. There's going to be a requirement as time goes by for more and more mobile services. Talent-wise, one of the reasons we came to Islamabad specifically was all the mobile operators were pretty much here. A lot is in Lahore, obviously, but the rest of them are here. So from a talent pool perspective, it became very interesting to be able to kind of come into the local market as opposed to looking at Lahore and Karachi at the time.
So have you been able to find good people here?
We've had very good luck, actually. I think very smart guys. I mean, people have come from out of city. We've got people from Lahore that are here, from Ba and some other surrounding areas, from Pindi and things like that. I think providing them something interesting, we talked about earlier, something interesting, something new, something that they can see, coming to life, it makes it a big difference for them to kind of stick around. Providing them a good environment, which also helps. So goal for us is to leverage and train the local staff on products and build products here that we can then export to our customers based in Canada and the US.
So why did you think of setting up the development arm in Pakistan?
We, previous company, we did development in India, and outsourcing in general was, a good experience. In Canada, it's a good outsourcing center for the U.S. An area to market regionally. On the development side, there was obviously cost going up, but also talent not being there. In India, we found with everybody outsourcing, and especially in hubs where telecom work was being done, the experience was, well, we got new ideas and different sorts of ideas. So the mix of local developers in Canada with the outsourcing and the experience they had there, it ended up producing new areas within the product.
So have any of the products been marketed in Toronto or in the US market?
Yeah, we have we've got customers across North America. Our first customer we're launching here will be with Telenor in Pakistan. So we're starting to see kind of more and more traction in the local market. Just as 2 years have gone by, people have known us in the industry, so they, the word gets around as time goes by. We've looked at Pakistan as kind of a way to kind of go after the region as well. So it's almost like covering Europe from Canada and North America, and then for Pakistan, basically 3 hours east and 3 hours west.
That's right. It's a huge market.
It's a certain, it gives it's a great opportunity to kind of.
And the mobile usage is extremely
Everybody has a
dense
mobile.
in this area.
Everybody has a mobile.
Or two,
or
three.
3, or 5 SIMs, or whatever it is. So I think all the right pieces are here. I think if you look at the staff that we've got, I think hardworking, bright, very talented. I think the challenge always is just there's not enough opportunities to harness the energy and things like that. So so besides the challenges of things like power and which I think that everyone's going through the same issues.
Yeah.
But,
so we get by.
We figure out, you figure out how to do that.
Right.
When we first came, people were saying, well, we need a generator. And being in Canada, where in the last 35 years, I don't think we've lost power.
Right.
But, I think we went about 1 month where, we would call and every hour for 2 hours or 3 hours, the electricity was gone. So we finally got the generator put in place. So
now you solved that problem.
Now we got that solved. That thing solved.
Right.
Internet infrastructure is pretty good actually.
Yes.
We had one outage about a year ago when the Dubai line was cut, but that was I think more a regional thing. That was nothing us specific. So from an infrastructure perspective, like internet perspective, I think the infrastructure is here. Power is the only thing, probably the biggest challenge. But I think there's a workaround on that.
So now this product marketplace that you were telling me about, for local markets, do you localize the product in a local language, or what do you do?
Right now it's primarily English.
Okay.
So the core is just to leave it in kind of the English language, but we localize in terms of currencies, just usage of what it is. The whole concept is around long tail content, if you're familiar with kind of long tail. So our approach when we build our products was try to make it simple for the mass market. I think mobile is one of those things people have made it very complicated. Mm-hmm. Our goal is to try to make it simple for people to get into business very, very quickly.
And do you have any major competition out there for this product?
We've seen people that have done custom type applications, but no one has really come from a platform perspective.
Okay.
I think Freed and I, this is, we've built companies in the past, we've sold companies in the past. This one specifically was built based on the experience that we had on problems that we were seeing from our past customers, where they were saying, we need this specific type of service. And I think we spent a lot of time kind of listening to what the customers were asking, and then just kind of going and building a product and service according to what the problems were out there.
This time, we did visit India and took a look at things there, the rising cost, and also what people were saying there about attrition. There's too many companies and then not enough people. We looked at Pakistan and chose Islamabad. As Kash said, was a telecom center. And so far the experience has been well. We haven't had much attrition. On the telecom software side, I think we're bringing innovation to the area. People, developers like that, and it's fast-moving pace, and it's the expectations are different than what they would have delivering to some local companies. The time difference obviously poses a big challenge as well. So long hours sometimes if waiting for meetings or delivering production stuff for Toronto or North American companies.
Are there any other products other than this one that you?
Those are the two core. So basically, the platform is the baseline, and then on top of that, we just build applications.
Okay.
So if you look at kind of how Microsoft did with Windows, where Windows was the operating system and applications came on top.
Right.
A similar type concept of kind of building a mobile network operating system as a platform, and then building applications.
And it
on
works
top.
on all operating systems?
Yeah, so we basically support all devices, all networks. In North America, we have issue with not just GSM, we have CDMA
Right.
and GSM. So we have different technologies that we have to deal with, which we take care of. Different messaging protocols. So all the things that a user would have to think about. How do I connect? How do I do this? How do I talk to a Nokia phone versus a Motorola phone? We've just tried to make those things. We've abstracted them to make them easy for users to be able to build applications.
Okay. But are you planning to grow this company, the development arm, much further in Pakistan? Is there?
Generally, we have been growing the staff. Given the current market, we're just basing it on revenue. So we'll see what happens in the next 4 to 6 months. But our plan is to
everybody's
grow
being
the
a little
operations.
careful in the next 6 months.
Exactly. So we're just smart business, and so as with the market, we're going to grow our operations here as well.
Great. Thanks, guys. It was terrific talking with you and learning about the potential that exists in the mobile space, and to learn a little about the products that you have developed and how well they're doing. Hopefully, we'll see you again in a few months and find out what else you're up to. This is Jahara from In the Line of Wire signing off. thank you very much, guys. It was great talking to you, and it's very strange to do it without anybody sitting here. But anyway,